Alright.
Okay.
We're nearly there.
And our runners are ready.
Cool. Let's get them started. And there we go, they're off. Starting in the Ocarina location, although not on the right side of it, unfortunately. Also, to note, Cliff does have a 10-second delay with the stream here as well, so they will not be quite in sync at the start here. But that should sort it out.
Unfortunately, that's just due to his poor internet connection. And starting out with a cutscene, everyone's favorite.
Yay, cutscenes. This game does love its cutscenes. Alright. That's looking reasonable now. I hope Cliff is actually going, because he's not going on my screen. He might actually, the browser source has probably just crashed, hasn't it?
It's going on Khadgar, so...
There we go. Okay. That's more like it. Actual progress.
So, what the goal of this match is fastest to 13 wins. This is a lockout bingo card. There are 25 goals. Once you have at least half of them, your opponent cannot get more than you. So, first to 13 wins, or the person with the most points at the end of 3 hours. If at 3 hours we come across a tie, then we go into sudden death overtime for an extra 30 minutes, and whoever scores the next point wins. If at the end of 30 additional minutes it's still tied, the person who earned their point that turned it to a tie first, you know, if player A gets 10 points and then player B gets their 10th point, player A was in the lead most recently, so player A would win. And all these goals on this bingo card, they are lockout. Only one person can claim the goal. Once it's taken, unless they do something that removes that goal from themselves, unless if it's, you know, get this, and then they lose that something, one way or another, then they call dibs, and they get to keep it. And I'm not seeing anything in here that they could potentially lose.
Probably nothing that they could accidentally lose. There's a couple of things they could deliberately lose. As long as they remember to save,
as long as they save before resetting. There isn't something such as a bottled fairy.
Yeah, nothing that's like particularly volatile. I think is all mostly okay. We've got silver gauntlets on Exodus' side there. Potentially a useful item to have. Not the greatest item in this version of the game. He may go for it. Yeah, he's going for it. Okay. Does have to watch a cutscene for his troubles here, which is kind of a nuisance, but having a strength upgrade is quite nice, and this is also a unique loading zone. This is one you can only do once as well, so we'll see what we get here. Well, after the cutscene, we'll see what comes here. Yeah, so 5 unused keys is, do we have 5 unused keys? Yeah, for GTG.
5 unused keys in GTG, yes. Yeah, I was mistaken. That one could potentially be lost if they use a key where they don't intend to.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they're not silly and go and unlock doors, they should be fine. As there's quite a few goals that they could potentially lose, but there's no reason for them to do so in most circumstances. I think the only one that even would come close to that is maybe the the 5 magic beans, because it might be useful to do the bottle there, but yeah, I don't see them doing that. And yeah, speaking of 5 magic beans, Cliff has found Zora's River here, so he just needs to farm up the rubies, and that's a nice easy first goal for him. Does take a little while to get the money here for 5 beans, but it's probably worth it.
Yeah, getting that early claim on that spot, you know, there's there's 25 goals here. You're aiming to get at least 13 of them.
Yeah,
And
every
finding
goal
those load
helps.
zones to where a goal is completable is kind of a pain. Okay. And Exodus is in the Deku tree now, making some work in there. Cliff farming up some money to get the rest of those beans.
Yeah, so Decker Tree, map and compass here, of course, as that's progress towards two of the goals on the board. Cliff
So we've
could
got
also
5 maps and 4 compasses.
Yeah, Cliff could also go for some sculptors in here if he wanted to. I don't think there's going to be really any use to that for this board, though. I'm not seeing anything. There's not really any sculptor goals that will help towards, and we haven't got.
2 dungeons. Deku, he may just go through to Goma in order to get the beat 2 dungeons goal.
He can't do that, unfortunately, because the boss doors.
Right, because it's a separate load zone. I forget.
Yeah, so walking through the doors to Goma will give him a loading zone, but it won't necessarily lead to Goma.
Fairly unlikely too, but
yeah,
possible.
It's
extremely
always possible,
unlikely, but technically possible.
So Sky Temple is a unique zone to beat a quest. It's basically a room with just 3 iron knuckles in it. So if you want to beat the Sky Temple, you have to first endure a hit from the iron knuckles, which means you need to be able to tank 5 hearts of damage. And after that, you need to just defeat each of those.
Yes, I believe it was basically a little debug room that was still in the game. And I'm getting some buffering on Exo's side. I'm not sure if you are seeing
same
this.
here. I think his stream might be having a little bit of trouble.
Yep.
And Cliff, I think, is getting his 3rd bean there. 2 more to go.
I think that was the 4th. Was that 3rd?
Might have been 4th.
Because I think he got enough for 3 in the first batch of grabbing some.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now we do have Zora area heart pieces on the board here as well, so I wonder if Cliff is going to make the detour here to grab the 2 with the chicken in Zora's River.
Oh, and Exo just disconnected from the bingo sync room, so...
Oh dear, hopefully he'll come back shortly.
Hopefully he realizes pretty quickly that there's a problem. Clicky, clicky. And Cliff gathering up those rupees. Not quite getting enough. Needing that 50 for the 5th bean. There we are.
We got some audio from Cliff since he don't seem to have much of Exodus at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that is a bit loud.
And Cliff saving there. Very smart move to make sure he doesn't accidentally reset away those beans he just farmed up for.
Yeah, best strategy.
Looks like Exo is back.
Nice. Best strategy in Beta Quest, always save. Whenever you make any progress towards a goal, save. Whenever you get a useful item, save. Because, I mean, this game doesn't crash particularly often, but with Lockout Bingo especially, you really don't want to lose anything. Because you're just opening up stuff for your opponent to do.
Okay, we're getting a bit of a slideshow on Exo's side, but he is live again, so it's something.
Yeah, we can see is grabbing chickens at the moment in Kakariko, get himself a bottle.
Yeah, Cliff found Gerudo's fortress. There's quite a lot of load zones there. And Cliff...
Oh, there's
hey!
Sky
He found
Temple.
something! And he's just promptly piecing out of there.
Yeah, nowhere near enough health to survive that just yet, and no fairy, so he's not going to be doing that straight away.
And Exo gathering up some chickens. I'm assuming hoping for that bottle. Apologies for the clicking. We're still trying to get this sorted out. Why the stream isn't behaving as it should. With one of our ZSR admins trying to get this sorted out for you, chat, so that we can get you better quality viewing experience. We're doing what we can at the moment, but yeah.
Kind of tricky to be doing 2 or 3 things at once, but you know, it's for a good cause.
Is now out at Lake Hylia. Cliff finding Goron City. I believe re-finding it. Oh hey, look, a large rolling Goron. Those guys are annoying. Exodus trying to decide whether or not he wants to go into the lab. And looks like now that he got the... Looks like he did get the bottle from Anju and has already duped it. I think he might be realizing that he's not connected to the bingo sink now. Seems to be idling the... Oh, no, he's waiting for a time of day change. He still hasn't realized that he's still not connected, so... Exodus hasn't yet seen that the 5 magic beans has been claimed.
I'm sure he'll come back in fairly shortly, especially if he finds a useful goal to do. Okay, so this is the Lost Woods grotto here, so we can get the nut upgrade. Now, it does mean Cliff cannot use any single one of those nuts without losing that square, so for the rest of the game, no more Deku nuts. Probably not going to be a huge loss, they're not exactly the most important item in the game, but one to be careful of.
And
Zora's Fountain.
Zora's Fountain.
Sculpture is possibly an option there. Not nighttime at the moment, but there you go. Also finding Ice Cavern, which is pretty decent. Doesn't have a bottle, unfortunately, so you can't go for that heart piece. Meanwhile, Exodus has got Lon Lon Ranch here, so he's going to be able to grab his 2 Skeltelers.
There we go. Exodus is back in.
Okay, I'm just going to try refreshing the layout here, see if we can get the original streams back, because according to Dragon Maid it should be fixed now, so just 1 sec, I'm just going to jump over and back into here.
Tab over to interview or whatnot for a moment.
see if this wants to load up.
I will check reloading the commentary page if that is behaving itself. Or not.
What have I done with Node CG? I think I've closed it. Whoops.
Whoops.
Too many windows too all the time. No, there it is. Okay.
Too real.
Refresh. No, that's definitely not working. Let me bring back the browser sources.
Yeah, I will give DB a quick screenshot.
Alright, so Clifford's got Dodongo's Cavern here, the back entrance. Now, this will give us Deku's Shield if he had the money for it. Bomb Bag, unfortunately, without bomb shoes or anything else, he don't think he can make the jump up to where the bomb bag is, so yeah. Useful loading zone to have in mind, but nothing you can do here right now. Still actually haven't seen any source of the bomb shoes so far. We have no trials, no bottom of the well. There's DMC again, top entrance this time. And no bottom entrance.
And Exo taking a death warp.
Cliff also finding silvers.
And Cliff finding the silvers. Will he decide to open the chest?
We know it doesn't lead anywhere particularly important, which, to be honest, is probably a good thing, because, yeah, as I said before, this is a unique loading zone. Once you've gone through it, you can't go through back again. Scanner's tower.
Exo grabbing a heart piece there, working towards the 9 hearts goal.
Yeah, that's a long one. 9 hearts is a bit rough.
Yeah, that's finding quite a lot of load zones with heart pieces, or lots of boss load zones.
Yeah, we do have beat 2 dungeons on our boards, but apart from that, there's not really much in the way of synergy for that goal. I suppose we do also have a couple of heart piece goals as well, but that's kind of bitty.
The Zora area heart pieces, yeah. And the Ice Cavern heart piece.
Cliff finding his Deku tree. Probably going to grab map and compass here.
I would figure so. Or not.
Or not. Oh no, wait, no, Cliff already found this, I forgot. He found the bottom entrance, that's why I was confused.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a ocarina. Nice.
Hey, that's gonna make the 8 songs a little easier to deal with, as a few of them require you having an ocarina to prompt learning them.
Yeah, you can use ocarina items for that as well, but ocarina itself is just nicer. It's a lot quicker.
Yeah. OI, you risk accidentally overriding something that you do want to keep, so. And Cliff, resetting again. Exo also getting to that Jabu Jabu load zone. Or, pardon, Zora's Fountain load zone. Revealing Jabu Jabu there.
And Ice Cavern after it. Now, he does have the possibility he could go after that heart piece. Looks like he's not bothering for it, though.
That seems a bit of an odd choice, but...
yeah, I mean, doing
it
that...
might be that Child Link is a bit too small to make those jumps without utilizing ground jumps. Is that it?
Yeah, that silver rupee puzzle in the main room is a bugger as Child. I know that much. I'm not sure if you can do it with no items or not. You might need explosives or something to actually make that leap and grab the last silver rupee. I'm not sure. The adult Link obviously can do it no problem because he's tall enough, but Child Link is a small boy, so he can't do it.
Hey there, Tresco.
Oh, there's a Trez.
Boss.
He's lurking. Can't see him on stream, but he's here watching us.
And finding Dompe's hut. Chaining into a fairy fountain. And back in Kakariko. Lots of load zones over here.
Yeah, still quite a few we've not checked so far. So we continue to farm away through that. And was that a vanilla one? Not sure which house that was, but that kind of looked like the actual house that you will go into there, the one with Talon in it.
Looks like we found the finishing horseback archery zone.
Yeah, it was a bit of a sod, that one, since you had to walk all the way back down to get to anywhere else, basically.
Yep.
Sky Temple again. So we are verging on 20 minutes in here. We've still not seen any explosives. Normally we do get trials like relatively early. It's not generally too hard to find. There being 6 different trials, each one of them has their own loading zone, plus the main entrance, plus the exit from the tower. It doesn't normally remain hidden for long, but today it seems pretty damn elusive, which is not very good. We have found quite a few dungeons though. We found Deku, we found Dodongos, Spirit, Water, so that's pretty good. Not seeing Shadow yet, which is a bit annoying, but yeah, we've got a reasonable number of those, just no tools to actually do any of those dungeons at the moment. So he's just going to go ahead and grab himself the skull here, or he might just be doing a death warp. It looks like that's a death warp.
Instead of the 6 domain skulls.
Alright, please give the commentary page a reload. It should work.
Okay.
Ooh. Let's give it a try. We do have some sort of life on there. Let's see if we can bring it up on stream now.
Yeah, give stream a reload.
Hey! Commentary page is working for me now.
Streams will work too.
Yep, I think they're coming up.
DB
Sure.
messed up. I'm on again.
Okay.
CSR blame DB. Right, we need to sort out the cropping, because my goodness, that looks ridiculously terrible. Just give us a moment, chat.
Well, I'll leave you to it, and I'll keep describing what we're seeing. Exo's in the bottom of the well. Cliff is in DC.
Ooh, we found bottom of the well, nice.
Yes.
We've finally got some chance at bomb cheese here.
Yes. Explosives and a shield. Nifty. And Cliff picking up another map.
Yeah, DC map.
And having picked up those silver gauntlets earlier, I believe we'll definitely be able to utilize those bomb flowers, which is nice.
That is true, yeah, so he could actually make a play for the bomb back here. It's a little bit slow, but definitely
I was more
doable.
thinking just grabbing the compass in the next room, but...
Yeah, that's another possibility, I suppose. Looks like he's just going to leave that, which is...
over, I guess, but yeah. Resetting.
kind of fair enough.
Exo picking up... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so fair enough to leave it for now. I think there's probably quicker things on the board to be focusing on rather than maps and compasses. So it's something you can probably go for a bit later.
Well, Exo picking up the compass in bottom of the well, and looks to be heading to pick up the map as well. Falling down to the basement to get that map chest.
Ooh, he misses his hiding shield though.
Flowers.
There was a hiding shield in the nightlight cage. He missed that, which is a little bit unfortunate. Probably would have been useful to have grabbed that.
He didn't fall due to not pathing right. He looks like he did that intentionally.
Chat's telling us he already got one, so that's fine. We've also got Silver Rupee Room down here.
Yep, fun times.
Ooh, and there's Sunsong Grave on Cliffside.
Ooh, that's a nice one. Working towards those songs and being able to manipulate time of day, which is fun for load zones.
Yeah, Sunsong basically works as like an instant death warp in this game, because playing Sunsong in an area where time does not pass will take you back to the start of that area, which a Beast Quest is like going through the door that would have taken you into that area in the first place. So using Sunsong, you can explore quite a few load zones you would otherwise not be able to get through to. Right, Exodus grabbing his...
Suns.
So we got one Silver Rupee Room for Exodus now, one song for Cliff, one map and compass each at the moment. Actually, no, Cliff has two because he got the DC one as well. And Exodus going to be picking up explosives, hopefully. Oh no, not going for it, okay. He did pick up Ocarina, didn't he?
I believe so.
Maybe he just doesn't know the trick for it, I don't know. Because there is a thing you can do there, where you can dive down with the Ocarina and that'll get you to where the bomb trees are. I mean, it is, in fairness, fairly precise. So that's maybe why he doesn't want to go for it.
And Exo, planting some bugs, gonna grow himself a Skulltula here.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's for the Death Warp again.
Mm-hmm. Yep, not killing those Skulltulas to claim them is a strategic move. So that you can keep reusing the Death Warp.
Kind of unique to the boards that I roll. This one doesn't seem to have like hardly any Skulltula goals on it. Normally all the boards I roll for Beta Quest have like 5 or 6 skull goals. This one's got 2, I think.
No, I'm seeing 4. Market,
we've got Market area. Yeah,
and
okay.
Shadow Temple.
That's still below average, in fairness, for my rolls, but yeah.
Yep, and there is the Stone of Agony goal, which requires, I believe, 20.
Yeah, that's right.
Adult's Wallet on 10, Stone on 20. Am I remembering that correctly from Vanilla? It's been so long since I played.
I remember that very painfully because there was one race I played where we had in item randomizer where Stone of Agony was vanilla, and this was back when we had Stone of Agony enabled for the hints. I was a bit mad.
Okay, and we're about a half hour in now, and both of these runners are still basically in the exploration phase. Still trying to find their load zones, find all the useful stuff.
Yeah, we do have a reasonable amount of knowledge of like different areas, but still missing a fair few dungeons. We're not seeing Forest Temple yet, which is fairly important. Oh, Trials, nice. First look at Trials, this is good. So Cliff will be able to go over and do his Spirit Trial, I believe, because yeah, he's got a sword, he's all sorted, so he can go grab the bomb tree pack in here.
Mm-hmm.
Also counts as progress towards Silver Rupee Rings as well, which is nice. I think the main prize here is going to be the bomb shoes.
Sky Temple is, as best as I can tell, basically a debug zone.
Yeah, so I think the original zone is like part of the vanilla game, but it was originally empty. So MZX Rules, the guy who did this ROM hack, decided, I'm just going to throw a bunch of Iron Knuckles in here for the lulz. And also they hit you as soon as the run loads, so you have to have at least like 5 hearts in order to actually survive that place, because otherwise you're just going to get killed instantly.
Okay, and Cliff gonna be able to get his bomb shoes here momentarily. Very nice having explosives.
Yeah. Pretty much the most important item in the beta quest, I'd say. Explosives unlock a ton of stuff to do.
Mm-hmm. And taking a death warp here now. And Exodus, I didn't quite catch it. Looks like picked up a trade quest item because he's got a trade timer going on now.
No, that's the collapse timer, I think.
Ah, okay. Apologies, was looking at Cliff's side when that popped on.
We're getting a lot of collapse.
Putting that shield on. Oh, well. Looks like
There's
we're going to be
Bongo.
able to kill a Bongo.
Yeah, I suspect that was planned, since shield obviously going to be very useful here, since it allows him to do ISG. Cliff did have Goma's room earlier just now as well, so I'm kind of surprised he didn't go for that. Although, well, actually, okay, he wouldn't been able to do it since he doesn't have slingshots, and he can't use his Deku Nuts without losing the goal. So yeah, he's not able to get that heart container at the moment, or beat the dungeon.
Oh, and Exodus finding Phantom Ganon fight.
Ooh, that's a handy one to have. Again, no ranged weapons, so not able to clear it, but that's one to note down for sure, because Phantom Ganon is the one that controls time travel, so if you want to go back from adult to child era, you need to have Phantom Ganon beaten. So it's definitely a useful one to have. I mean, you don't see time travel going back in time that often in Beta Quest, but it is occasionally quite handy to have.
And finding the inside of Jabu Jabu on Exo's side. On Cliff's, Bongo down.
Ooh, and there is hook shots. Excellent find for Exodus there. Hopefully, he can get himself a decent time here. I'm going to reckon about 53. Oh, just gets hit by the flame as they say that, of course. I don't entirely recall what the optimum time is when you're doing this race as child. It's obviously not as good as doing as adult because child is slower, but I think it's like 51 or so. I don't believe anyone's seen Temple of Time yet.
I don't believe so.
Looks like Cliff might be going for his slingshot here, because he did already find Deku earlier. Or did he? I don't see a map and compass. No, this is his first visit.
Earlier. He just didn't
do
anything in
it.
here earlier.
Right.
And Exo picking up a hook shot. Very handy thing to have.
It looks like Cliff is going for his slingshot. Next is back into Dongos. With 2 rupees off buying that shield. There might be some grass or something you can hit here to grab a couple extra monies. Looks like he's trying to go for the jump to get up to where the bomb bag is. I'm not entirely sure if he can do this without shoes, but he's giving it a go. Gets on top of the big dongo. Hey, makes it onto the bridge. Very nice.
Hey. Lovely.
That's not a strategy I've seen for that bridge before, but yeah, very clean.
Yeah, looks nice.
Doing this item, that's definitely a big boon for Exodus, since this gets him his first looking at explosives.
Yes. Bomb bag is very nice. Makes doing a whole host of tricks significantly simpler.
Yeah, bomb shoes are generally more versatile, but of course, bomb bag is renewable, which is a big advantage.
And next, just grabbing that map from here in Dodongos. Cliff grabbed the map earlier, but did not go around to the next rooms to get the compass. And looks like Exodus hasn't. Not sure if he's going over to hit the switch or if there's something else up.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's heading at the moment.
Ah, yes. Looks like he's gonna jump up to the switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's gonna be able to grab the compass in the next room, or well, the room after it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And some nice little side hops there to get through the lava. Cliff taking a death warp.
Yeah, I suspect Exodus might be setting up for a death warp here as well in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And now Cliff has his slingshot. He can go ahead and kill Gomer here, which will give him the beat 2 dungeons goal.
Yes. Yep, already has defeated Bongo Bongo, so Goma makes 2. And Exo getting his 3rd compass, I believe.
Yep, I think that's right. I've got bottom of the well,
Having
deck of
Deco
tree.
and bottom of the well. Yep.
Yeah. There we go, 2 dungeons beaten. Cliff now leading 3 goals to 1. Nice little early lead, but
mark.
yeah, we'll see how this goes. Still a lot to play for in this race.
And Cliff grabbing that heart as well, putting him a little bit closer to that 9 hearts goal.
Yeah, also puts him in shooting distance of beating Sky Temple, which I believe he did find earlier. So if he can make his way back there, that's another square he can claim.
And Cliff getting 1 step closer to opening the door of time legitimately, but where's the fun in that?
Yeah, opening doors is not something we see very often in this game. Or this version of the game, I should say. We're very good at, going around doors. Or, through walls and stuff like that.
Or up and over doors.
Yeah. Or doing what Exodus is doing and just jumping over a bridge you're not supposed to be able to jump over.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Making use of being in the Lost Woods to actually be able to stay in Lost Woods and resetting. Okay.
And a change of heart there, I guess.
Seems so. Ah, you can't see it, but we can. Exo's looking up how to do a trick. He's doing a tutorial.
Gotta love those mid-race tutorials.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Everybody does it.
I think he can probably make an intelligent guess. Since he's now running through Ice Cavern, he's going after that heart piece. Which means he needs to be able to clear the Silver Rupee puzzle here in the central room. Either that, or he's going to do the clip out bounce here. Look, he's like he's going on OB. Nicely done. Child Link just small enough to make it through that gap in the ice. And Cliff going to go try his luck against Sky Temple. So that's the first hit endured, which in theory should be the hardest part, but killing 3 Iron Knuckles is still kind of tricky, so
yeah.
it's not ideal. He'll definitely, and obviously doing it on 1 heart as well, they can't afford to take another hit of damage here. Gonna be playing this as safe as he can. Meanwhile, Exodus equalising there, grabbing the Ice Cavern heart piece and his 4th compass.
Yeah, tying things up here. Although if Cliff can survive this, he'll take the lead back.
Yep. One of them's nearly down here, there we go. Alright, 2 to go.
Yeah, and looks like he is not bothering to stick around to try and get the map.
Yeah, that map's kind of slow. Not really worth the bother with. Especially as Child Link, it's a pain in the bum.
So, Cliff being very patient with this goal, and these lovely iron knuckles. Down to the last one.
So one left becomes very easy because you can just crouch stab it. That's just not a strat you want to do when there's two of them lurking about, because otherwise you can easily stun lock one that way, but if you've got two, then one is just going to end up whacking you while you're busy with the other one. So there we go, Sky Temple has been beaten, and now Cliff gets a choice of 3 chests to open. Let's see if he gets anything good here. I suspect most likely not, but you never know. Hylian Shield, could be worse. I think he did already have one of those shields anyway, but yeah. Still better than the 5 rupee prize.
Yep, and Exo, taking a death warp in Hyrule Field. Cliff, still exploring.
I think he might be, yep.
Well, we found a Spirit Temple now. That's nice.
I think it was his intention to come here, because I believe he found this earlier. Possibly going for the map?
Also, potentially the open all 5 small key chests in Spirit Temple goal.
Ah, yes. Ooh, can you get to 5 as Child? I suspect you could with ZL, but I'm not sure if you can do it without. Oh, there goes his shield, unfortunately. Cliff resetting there.
Resetting there.
Not worth losing a shield for this goal.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, just going to take down Bongo Bongo, get himself a nice heart container, or not, he's just going to reset. Okay. Not sure why he jumped down to the loading zone and then to the boss zone and then reset. Could have just done it from up top, but never mind.
I don't personally beta quest, so I can't get super into the runner's headspace here. I'm helping out so that Din isn't having to do solo today. I'm sure you guys can tell that I'm not the best at this.
Yeah, knowing what the hell the runners are thinking is a bit of a dark art, to be fair. They never seem to do what you'd normally expect them to. They're just kind of following their own internal script.
Okay, and Exo grabbing one more skull out here at Zora River. Working towards the 6 domain skulls.
Yeah, possibly going over the heart pieces as well here.
Yep, if he's grabbing the chicken, I would suspect so.
It's either going to be that or he's going to go back in the waterfall, but I don't imagine that's his plan here. Cliff just doing his chickens. Bit of a late time to get a bottle in, but there you go. Sometimes the game just works out that way. When you were doing early base quests, it's always a bit of a toss-up between kind of rushing the easy goals versus setting up for some of the longer-term ones. Boss of the Gross definitely falls into the latter category, so most of the time it's not especially helpful in the early game. But when you start needing to do RBA and all that sort of stuff, it definitely comes into its own. Plus playing songs as well if you don't find an ocarina, which I don't believe Cliff has done so yet. Yeah, so it's all the overworld areas. Does not include the dungeon area for either the skulls or the heart pieces. So that ice cavern heart piece will not count.
Hey, Dompe, everyone's favorite.
Hooray!
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try for that one to get his heart piece towards that 9 heart goal.
I imagine that's gonna be a bit of a stretch.
I don't know. Paying for a single dig to me feels about on par with YOLOing the treasure chest game of try it once, don't invest in more than once.
I mean, yeah, you could do it, but I mean, what happens if he actually does dig out a heart piece, though? Because if that happens, you've pretty much just run out of your luck for the entire game at that point. You've used it all on one thing.
Oh, Cliff enjoying his bottle now, promptly grabbing some bugs, duping that bottle.
Next, just staying out there to sneak into Jabby's belly.
And it taking him to market.
We have not explored much of market yet, I don't think. Still quite a few doors here to open. There's a Kokiri shop.
Kokiri shop.
Ooh, Temple of Time,
hey,
that's a good find.
Temple of Time.
Alright.
That's a useful one.
That's a really easy Temple of Time to get to as well, but that is a child-only door.
Yep, Cliff about to get his Requiem. One more song towards the 8-song goal.
Cliff's second song now, I believe, since he found some song earlier as well.
Yep, that sounds correct to me. Hexo getting a lovely Deku Tree cutscene.
Cutscenes all around at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, not really anything you can do to make it go faster, except for doing, cutscene skips in the first place. But with these that play on entry, it's kind of impossible.
Yeah, if you say warp into a cutscene or death warp or
Both of these lads
whatever.
in the crater right now.
Yeah, so I think there is a later version of this, which possibly has a few more skips in, but they're playing a 1.0 version of Beta Quest for this tournament, and that still includes most of the cutscenes, although some of them are shortened. And Cliff has got his mirror shield. That's a pretty nice find.
Yep. Yeah. If you find it, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't grab it.
Yeah, pretty much superior to every other shield. One exception, which is getting the slingshot, but Cliff's already done that, so you can just use mirror shield for the rest of the game now.
Yep, Exo taking a death warp in Hyrule Field.
And Cliff grabbing himself one of the small keys here in Fire Temple. Do we have any goals in this dungeon? I don't think we do.
One unused small key in each adult dungeon.
Aha.
I think that's the only thing that this applies towards.
Yeah, well there's a unused small key. And he also frees the Goron, because, why not?
Why not waste the time in the cutscene? You always hate it when you accidentally save a Goron. So, what do you think these runners are aiming towards? What do you think that they're holding in their heads right now as what they're hoping to find?
Tricky to say, I think. I mean, we kind of got the basics down. I mean, Cliff's case would definitely like to see the hook shot. Excess Course already has that. I think really just kind of exploring, just seeing what loading zones they can get, what goals they can get towards at this point. So probably not anything specific in mind.
Mhm.
Looks like he's just going to grab himself the silver scale, though. May come in handy.
Yep, opening up that other load, or a couple extra loads, going from domain to Lake Hylia to domain, as well as the corresponding shortcut between Lost Woods and Zora River, just making you be able to go through those load zones without having to do Navi dives and whatnot there.
Yeah, it's a pretty convenient item to have, I'd say. Cliff might be going for it too here as well. Runners do seem to be just following each other at this point.
Yeah, they seem to be stumbling across the new areas at a similar pattern. Kind of odd to see, almost an hour into a BQ run, them doing the same minigame, but, randomizers.
Yep.
They're random.
You never know what to expect from a BQ race. Okay, Exodus also grabbing himself the heart piece from the waterfall here, which is going to get him a little bit closer to the goal on the board there.
Yep, 5 Zora area heart pieces.
Now, was it Exodus or was it Cliff who did the river ones already? I can't quite remember. I want to say it was Cliff.
I believe it was EXO, but I'm not 100% confident.
Yeah, it might have been Exo actually, because Cliff did the beans.
Mm-hmm.
And I seem to recall it was not the person who did the beans who did the heart pieces.
That sounds correct. Also, for those curious, if you want to play Ocarina of Time, the vanilla game, without all those pesky cutscenes, well, goodness, you have an option out there for you. Better Ocarina of Time. Programmed by speedrunner Fig, it's Ocarina of Time, but better, because it has no cutscenes. Or at least it has significantly fewer if you turn on that option. And has some of the other nifty quality of life things that people enjoy in the item randomizer, like faster block push and boots on D-pad.
It sometimes gets called faster quests, and so you can also do the MQ dungeons with it, which is pretty nice.
Yes.
And Exodus has got himself trials. Finally,
Yes.
An hour in, this is his first actual visit to the trials area.
Yep, gonna go get those shoes.
Yeah, he's had bomb bag for a little while now, but bomb shoes still worth going for.
Yep, and
They're
Cliff
just
looks like he's
way too good to
gonna
skip.
grab that letter bottle. And gonna check the, most likely gonna check the lake to domain shortcut and see where that leads. Presumably not to the domain.
Probably not. I think Cliff would be a bit disappointed if that one was vanilla, since he's already just been to the domain and done everything there.
Yeah. And it being more of the escape.
Come on, Zelda, give us something good. Just get rid of Fortress. Naff.
And there we go. And Exodus, back in Ice Cavern.
We'll see after this time.
Maybe deciding now to get the map?
Possibly.
Don't know.
Yeah, looks like map might be what he's going for here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, now that he's got the bumps to be able to get that ground jump up there. Cute little glitchless jump there. I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, Ice Cavern's Child means you have to do some funky stuff to actually get through it.
Yeah. No, I know that it is not particularly simple to go through. But there's some weirdness to it.
Ooh, misses that second jump.
Yep, and Cliff going on some chicken adventures in Zora River.
I'm not too surprised by this, since he took the time to get the heart piece in Zora's domain. Kinda makes sense to grab these two as well. There's a goal they can't complete until they go adult, since the final two heart pieces are Zora's Fountain, Adult Era. So we won't be seeing that goal completed for a while yet.
Next is opting to grab some of those hearts, because, well, fire keys and freezers and all of those fun stuff, they're being mean.
Navi also being a bit mean there.
Yeah, Navi being pesky.
Yeah, this dungeon is just not very pleasant in Child Era.
Nope.
Loads of stuff that just ends up being a pain in the bum to deal with. But there we go. Made it to the map chest.
Mm-hmm. And I believe that leaves one more necessary to get to the goal.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Also up to 3 silver rupee rims done as well, so Exodus only needs one more of those. Ooh, grabbing more blue fire here. Is he going to make a play for the final silver rupee rim? I think that's what he's going for. That one again, also a complete pain in the bum in Child Era, but just about doable.
Yeah. Yeah. And, being able to get that goal, that's what they're trying to do, is to mark off those goals and make it so that their opponent can't call it.
Yeah, Exodus, of course, is slightly behind at the moment, so he's Probably thinking best to take whatever he can get. Yeah, I don't envy him having to do this from his child. It's not a nice thing to do.
And Cliff grabbing Gruta Valley heart piece, because, hey, 9 hearts goal. If you're here, if you find them, you know, they're not particularly out of the way to go get.
Every little helps.
Mm. I don't think I've seen that before, where Exo was pushing the block and holding the block at the same time. That was interesting.
Yeah, I think that's child only, if I remember correctly. You can't do that as adult, but as child, you can just sort of keep holding on to it for whatever reason, just surf along, which is kind of fun.
And taking that clear silver rupee room, words are hard. Clear 4 silver rupee rooms goal. Y'all have heard me before. You know I can't words good.
Looks like he's going the whole hog now, just going to finish off Ice Cavern entirely. Makes sense, he's got this far, might as well grab those iron boots.
I thought Child couldn't learn Serenade. Am I misremembering that?
No, it's right, yeah, he can't learn Serenade, can grab the iron boots, but won't be able to get the song.
Interesting.
Cliff back into Dongos meanwhile. So maybe going for his bomb bag here now. Might just be grabbing compasses. Or maps rather, we've already done compasses. Actually no, he's already got the map in here, so I think he must be here for the bomb bag.
Seems most likely. So does collecting the iron boots as a child permanently lock you out of getting Serenade, or
I believe it does, yeah, because
something?
I think it does, because the trigger for learning the song is opening the chest, and obviously you can only open it once. So yeah, he's not going to be able to learn Serenade. And that may end up meaning he can't get the 8 songs goal, but to be honest, nobody wants to go for the 8 songs goal, because 8 songs is trash. So I don't imagine he's going to be too sad about losing out on that opportunity.
We have a guest commentator here today.
I'm sure Kitty agrees with me that 8 songs is a trash goal and should be removed from Beta Quest.
When in doubt, distract chat with Kitty Cat.
Cliff's struggling a little bit with this room. Kind of feel like if you miss this jump like 2 times, you're probably better off just pushing the armors out of the way. Just, swallow your pride and do it the way you're intended to.
Yeah, sometimes it seems like vanilla solutions really would be faster than the workarounds, but what do I know?
I suppose it comes down to pride at some point. Cliff is going to be doing a definitely not vanilla solution here to get over to this bomb bag chest.
Mega flip in here.
So he's got the right timing there. Yep, that's all good.
Lovely.
Next, just getting a nice
hit. Getting his bomb back.
Next, just doing a nice hit across Hyrule Field here as well. Always good to see those. Oh, doesn't get to skip the hour though.
Hi, Gabora. Nice to see you again.
Okay, looks like it's just going into Jabby now. So, this is going to be his last map, I believe. Also gets him the boomerang naturally as well, which probably going to be helpful to getting some of these skull goals on the board a bit later. And Cliff finds his hook shot. Nice.
Yes, that is a handy thing to have once you go adult.
Definitely very handy. I mean, our two runners are pretty much even now in terms of what items they found. They both found the source of explosives. Both got themselves hook shot now. I mean, Cliff's got a sling shot, but that doesn't really count for very much at this point. So, yeah, it's a lot to play for.
No reason that he can't use nuts to fight Goma if he came across her.
Yeah, and since he has a hook shot already, he can use that to kill Phantom Ganon if he so chooses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose this boomerang will be a little bit of an advantage for Exodus. Again, just getting those skulls to the goal sorted.
Yep.
Ruto being very useful there.
As a projectile.
Using a head, that's important.
Ruto is clearly the best projectile weapon in this game.
I mean, she does as much damage as the boomerang itself, so, you know. They obviously modelled the boomerang after her own head.
And Cliff now actually possessing that hook shot.
Both runners now spring-loaded, ready to go. Exodus' stream cutting out again a bit there.
Yep, buffering on my end. We can fairly well assume that he's headed to get the compass, though, as that is...
The map.
Pardon, the map, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that and the boomerang.
That's the only goal in here.
Yeah, he has to get the boomerang in order to get to the map, so might as well do both.
Looks like Exodus reconnected a bit again. Can see in the bingo sync room that he's rejoining Matt.
I'll mash the F5 button on my side so if we can get him back online. Go on, Exodus. Come back to me. 37 half piece there, that's going handy for Cliff. Oh, and Zelda's Lullaby. Very, very handy for Cliff.
Yes, as Exodus seems to have gone offline. Are we back?
Oh,
I think
there
we're back.
he's back. Yeah.
Yay!
Looks like he lost Rita at some point though. He has had to come back for her.
Mm.
Is he back? We've got a loop at the moment.
Yes, this is... Yes, looking at the timers, which we can see though chat can't, he's about 2 minutes, or nearly 2 minutes behind Cliff right now. So yeah, we just were rewatching that. Looks like it's buffering at the same point again.
Yeah, we can see he's heading towards map room at least. So Zelda's Lullaby is the third song for Cliff, I believe. Obviously the gatekeeper for a lot of other songs in this game, like Saria's song, that sort of thing. It's a very handy thing to have. Also means he's going to have access to magic as well now. That doesn't unlock too much in the way of goals on the board.
And we just catching as Exodus opens that map chest, grabs it, claims the goal. So Exodus taking the lead for the first point in this game.
Yeah, 5-4, still a very close race.
Oh, and getting additional buffering on Exo's side. As Cliff is still locked in a cutscene with Princess Zelda.
Yeah, ZL unfortunately is pretty like one of the longest cutscenes in this game. It is still worth it because this song is really, really useful, but it does drag on a bit. Okay, there's a letter. Unfortunately, Cliff has a bit too much health here, so I don't imagine he's going to be able to do the death strategy here for the cutscene. The second part of the cutscene, I should say. So he's going to have to sit here and listen to him whistle.
And Exo refreshing the race room, or pardon, the Big O room again. So hopefully he'll be back with us shortly.
Yeah, we can kind of see he's going for sculptors in Zora's Fountain at the moment. Presumably, we've got a bit of repeat going on Cliffside as well now. Oh boy. Yeah, so Exodus using his boomerang to grab the one on the wall there, presumably grabbing the one in the tree as well. He did get both the ones in the river already, I think, so it's just the adult era ones he's got left after this. I'm going to have to refresh both streams here because we're getting a lot of delay coming through on the node at the moment.
If you aren't already, I would definitely recommend switching to Cliff's audio.
Yeah, we're on Cliff's audio all this time.
On his side.
Yeah. Well, the timer doesn't sync to anything because it's not automatic on this version.
Pardon the delay.
Yeah. Okay, Cliff's stream's back and a bit more synced up now.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Now I've got both of them coming back for me now. Although Cliff is suffering. Exo looks like he may be deciding to go adult now.
Okay, yeah, not a bad call. Almost at the halfway point here. And he has done pretty much all the child stuff he needs. The only thing he's not really seen is market area skulls. I think that's pretty much it. Done his Zora's Domain skulls. Done his heart pieces, I think. So yeah, this is it. Might as well go adult.
Mm-hmm.
Nice bonk there.
Always.
What happens when you mash A through cutscenes? There we go. Exodus picking up his actual legitimate Master Sword, rather than the fake one he's been using for the past hour or so.
And getting that lemon Skittle, too. We don't have any Skittles goals on this board.
No, I don't think there are any on Beta Quest boards anymore. You get beat the dungeon goals, but you don't get medallion goals.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you count light arrows, I suppose. Cliff gets his ocarina as well here.
Mm-hmm.
Always handy to have. And Exodus probably going for his Defeat the Skull Kid.
Yeah, I would figure.
Nice easy goal to go for. Does mean he has to reveal to Cliff that he's got an adult already, since this is an adult only goal. So it's a bit of information he'll be leaking over there, but worth it just to have the square done.
Might want to do that just for you know, the mind game of it. Ha! I'm adult.
Yeah, it might make Cliff think, oh shit, I need to hurry up a bit now.
Yeah.
Well, he's not necessarily wrong there, because Exodus has a bit of a clean sweep at some of the adult goals here. There is not a lot of child stuff left for Cliff to kind of take away from that.
Yep. EXO extending his lead is now 6-4. Going from down 1-3 to up 6-4 is pretty big swing.
Good progress, and he's also able to grab his 2 heart pieces here as well, which is really nice. So that's going to be goal number 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting 6 goals finished in the time your opponent has gotten 1. It's probably feeling good.
Yeah, Cliff is definitely going to be wanting to find Temple of Time soon, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good idea to be continuing with Child Era at this point.
And Cliff remembering, oh wait, I've got that sun song I can use. Finding the shield grave and not bothering to grab the shield, he's already got one.
I think he's got 2 already at this point.
Mm-hmm. And making quick work of those Stalfos with ISG.
And Exodus warping straight into another cutscene. At least it's only the one cutscene here, and it doesn't get a double bill since he didn't beat Phantom Ganon earlier. Ooh, GTG. That's a good find for Cliff.
Hey.
This is a goal he can get straight off the bat. Oh, I love the glitches in this game.
Oh yeah.
Blow yourself up to walk through a wall. Why not?
Yeah. And get some more explosives while you're at it.
Can never say no to blowing more things up.
But here's a clarification question. Is unused small keys in each adult dungeon, are those specifically the temples? Or does that also include GTG and dice?
I think it's just the temples, as far as I recall.
That's what I thought, but...
Ice doesn't have any keys,
Sure,
obviously, so it wouldn't count that.
Or wait, yeah. Ice and Ganon's.
Yeah,
Or
well,
not, GTG and Ganon.
Ganon's does have keys, yeah. But yeah, I think it's just the temples.
Yeah. The people who wrote the bingo boards, English is not their first language, so some of the goals aren't quite straightforward in how they're written. And Exodus picking up a pocket egg. Not entirely sure what the intent behind that is, but...
Well, the trade item's normally most useful for doing RBA stuff. I don't think there's any specific RBA goals on the board for doing RBA, Reverse Bottle Adventure.
Okay, you keep cutting out like every third word for me, so it's hard for me to follow what you're saying.
Apologies. That's Discord's fault. I can try and dial down the sensitivity on that a little bit.
It's alright, I just figured I'd let you know. That's why I asked you to repeat yourself as often as I do.
I'll put it down a little bit, so you'll probably hear more of me typing and touching things, but yeah. It's a bit annoying because, yeah, Discord's audio is completely different to the way OBS handles my microphone, and I've got it configured so it sounds nice on stream, but that means, unfortunately, it does suffer a bit with the Discord settings. Anyway, yeah, so Pocket Egg normally most useful for doing the RBA glitch. So on the board, we don't really have anything specific that's going to be RBA useful at this point. We did have maps and compasses, but those are both gone now, so he's not going to be using it for that. So yeah, I think at this point, unless he wants a water temple key, he's probably just going to be using that to get more bomb chews. So yeah, I don't see any other thing that would be useful for. I suppose maybe songs, possibly. I don't think we've seen either of the Child Era Market Skulls, as far as I can recall. And there we go, that's 5 small keys in GTG for Cliff. Just about enough health to get through that.
And then taking a death warp.
Definitely convenient when you finish a goal like that one. Just the right amount of health to do a death warp. Always cutting it a bit fine now, because of course you take one extra hit and you're going to have a very bad time.
True enough. And I think Exo's just waiting for time of day to pass.
Seems like it, yeah. Yeah, he didn't find Song earlier, of course, so... I don't think he's found any songs yet, actually, come to think of it.
I don't believe so.
Cliff's still leading the way on that goal, although he's still only got 3 songs so far, I believe, so... Not exactly storming ahead, still needs to find 5 more.
Exo's having a hard time with climbing that ledge there. Collision is tricky.
Yeah, sometimes ledgers just don't want to know. They're like, no, not interested.
Which can be used to your advantage with some glitches, but sometimes it's just a mild nuisance.
And Exodus nearly done on his Skullsters now here in Zora's domain. Or Zora area, I suppose I should say. And he needs 6 for this area, so that means he can skip the final one, which would be in Zora's domain.
Mm-hmm. Or the one near the fountain, or near the fairy fountain in the fountain.
I think he got that one.
The silver block skull?
Oh, that one. No, yeah, he didn't get that one.
Or
that
silver
one's, that one's
skull.
horrible. Yeah, that one's horrendous. We don't do that one.
Yeah, that one's horrible. That's why I
we,
assumed that was what he was skipping.
Yeah, he skipped that one, definitely. And yeah, the one in Zora's domain near the waterfall, the frozen waterfall.
Yeah, that one's not near as terrible.
Definitely not, no.
The adult fountain skull is the worst. Is one of the worst skulls. A lot of people dislike that particular one because it's annoying.
Yeah, it's particularly annoying vanilla because you have to backtrack for it because there's no way of guessing it when you first go to Ice Cavern because of the way the game progresses, and it's just really shitty to backtrack to that area.
And Cliff learning another song now, getting Saria's song.
Yeah, and Exodus picking himself up a tunic. So it
does not seem to be working towards those 9 hearts, with only 4 at the moment.
Yeah, fair play to him. He's 3 goals ahead at this moment. Not really going to be worried too much about very long-term goals like that, I guess.
Yeah. And there's also the 3 swords, 3 tunics goal, so...
Yeah, finding Goron City is definitely very useful for that.
Yes. Neither of these guys have found the spider house yet, though, so have not been able to turn in some of those skulls they've collected.
Ah, yes,
get that adult's wallet yet.
But Exodus did pick up the pocket egg, and one of the things you can RBA with that is the adult's wallets. So that's probably why he picked it up. Is it egg or is it chicken? It might be a chicken, I think it is, actually. So he needs to wait for it to hatch, but that's no problem, of course.
Mm-hmm. And we have found the Zora shop. I don't remember quite where it was, but I know we did find it earlier.
Well, we've seen Zora's domain plenty of times, so Exodus can just grab the tunic straight from King Zora when he needs it.
Ah, right, that as well. I'm here so Din has company, not for my insight to this game.
Beta Quest is a learning journey, that's for sure. You learn a lot about what's possible in this game through seeing bingo matches, because there's some crazy shit you can do with some of the goals.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely far away from knowing absolutely everything that's possible in this game. I still get surprised when I watch these matches, which sort of makes it fun, of course. Seeing all new strats and all that sort of thing. And yeah, so Exodus just unforward King Zora there by talking to that sign. Not entirely sure how that works, but he didn't quite get it though, unfortunately. So the idea is he needs to look at read the sign here without having King Zora on camera. And that will force him to be unforward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bringing the text box up will... I believe it's a memory overload to make the ice not appear.
Something like that, yeah. Some sort of weird flag corruption or something. There we go, he's got it that time. Just using the egg text box instead.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mahar, just shush. Alright. Oh, Cliff has found himself a market area skull here. He's gonna have to hover up to get to that one, which is a bit of a nuisance.
Probably less of a nuisance than finding other skulls, though.
Yeah, this one's definitely worth going for, I think. It's not that bad a hover.
And Exo getting his Requiem cutscene. I believe that's Exo's first song, whereas Cliff, I believe, has 4.
Yeah, that's what I've counted so far. Once Cliff goes to Edo, of course, we'll be able to pick up another 2 very quickly. Minuet and Bolero, both nice and easy songs to get. After that, he's probably going to hunt down either Serenade. Maybe, well, I suppose he can get Song of Storms. Did we see Windmill yet? Actually, no, I don't think we saw Windmill. Yeah, it might still be a bit of trouble getting the last couple of songs out.
I'm trying to remember if we've seen Windmill. I want to say yes, but I'm not confident in that.
Oh, we do see Forest Temple, though. That's a good find.
Hey!
So Cliff can...
still running around as Child.
Yeah, easy enough for him to grab a small key in here, though, and then just peace out.
Yep, for that one unused key goal.
Yeah, I believe it's just Shadow Temple we're missing now in terms of adult dungeons.
Yeah, I don't believe we've seen that either. Just the end of it.
Right, yeah, we saw Bongo's room. Oh, there it is. Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah. Very nice for Exodus, since he can grab a small key and also grab the hover boots.
Yeah, boots are nifty.
And Cliff has got himself Temple of Time as well, so he's going to be able to go adult here and hopefully start catching up on goals a bit. So Lockout Tournament, what the goal of the GIS is to get as many of the squares on the bingo board as possible within the 3-hour time limit. The catch is, once a player marks a goal, the other player is not allowed to claim it. So the goals marked in green are ones Exodus has gone, which means Cliff cannot then claim those goals, even if he meets the same criteria, and vice versa. So it's first to 13 goals, or whoever gets the most after 3 hours. And they're playing on Beta Quest at the moment, which is a ROM hack of this game, with all the entrances shuffled up. So anytime you go through a door, or a loading zone or whatever, it will take you somewhere completely random. And through this, somehow they managed to work out where to go.
Loads are decoupled, so going from, say, Hyrule Field to Kakariko, if you turn around and use the reverse path, it will not take you back to where you came from. But all of them are consistent. If a particular spot on Hyrule Field leads to a particular spot on Kakariko Village, it will consistently make that switch from point A to point B, whether you're doing that as adult or child or whatnot. The load is consistent for both runners through the duration of this file, but what they are is completely shuffled up, and so they've been doing a lot of exploration and keeping track of what leads where so far.
Yeah, both runners are allowed to take notes, and they're also allowed to rewatch their own VOD as well, their own videos, so they can see where they've been previously.
If they know they found that something but can't remember how the heck they got there, they are allowed to review their own footage.
Oh look, here's full of Agia. And Cliff does not have any bugs, so he cannot stun something out of here. That's a little unfortunate.
Didn't he pick up his ocarina?
Can't use ocarinas in boss rooms.
Oh, right. Have to OI.
Yeah.
Personally, I prefer fish to bugs, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah, bugs are easier to get a hold of, I suppose, because there's loads more areas you can get them. Oh, Mido's chest. Nice easy goal. Why not? Ooh, this cutscene's going a bit weird for Cliff here. I'm not sure why I didn't give him an opponent there. That's a little bit strange.
Yeah?
I guess it must be because he picked up Zelda's Lullaby. They must have changed the flags or something. I'm not sure what's happened there, but not that it matters particularly. I suppose one thing worth noting is that Cliff didn't pick up Epona's song while I was in Child's Era, so...
Wait, why did Exo not just get his Song of Storms? What?
Well, I guess he's just not worrying about songs at this point. He's only got the one of them. Chances of him getting 8 songs in an hour and a half is not very likely, I would say.
I know, it just seems odd to just leave that. I don't know.
Yeah,
That opens up a bunch of other entrances as well, with all of the Song of Storms grottos.
True, yeah. I mean, they are grottos, though, so they're not generally as valuable as normal entrances in beta quests. Like, grottos
That
are
seems
some...
odd to me.
Yeah, you just got to prioritise what you can, I suppose, with this game. And Exodus probably... At this point, we've kind of seen quite a lot of the places already. It's not huge amounts of zones that we've not found, I don't think. Exodus is still looking for Forest Temple. We've not seen Skullsler House yet. Market Area Skulls, we're still missing a few of those, but Exodus didn't get the child ones, so he's locked out that goal anyway for the moment. Yeah, apart from that, Exodus doesn't have ZL either, so he can't get magic. Or the Skullslers in Shadow Temple for that matter as well, since that's locked behind ZL as well.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of things that might be important, but I mean Exodus got enough to be going on without worrying too much about exploration at this point.
And sadly, since we're playing with the bingo scene, not the OTR scene, we can't flash that giant spinning rupee on screen for you, since Cliff got the single green rupee.
Yeah, Cliff has been validated, he just can't show it off in true randomizer style today. I think we will be able to do that at some point in the future, because Trezor said he's going to try and merge the two dashboards at some point. But not quite yet.
OTR is special in that its item randomizer has its own scene collections for ZSRE streaming, and the goal is to get it integrated with the rest of it, which is all organized through.
Get all the blue and green merged together.
Yeah.
Okay, so Exodus is RBAing his Pobostle here now, so this is going to give him bomb shoes, 29 of them, so nice little refill there. And then RBAing Pocket Egg straight afterwards by the look of it, which is I want to say bomb bag.
Unfortunately, that tier of tricks is above my pay grade.
Yeah, I have no idea how to do RBA, and I barely remember like what all the different combinations are. Actually, it looks like he's waiting for the egg to hatch here, so he can RBA the chicken instead and get his adult's wallet.
Unfortunately,
makes
my
more
any
sense.
percent tricks knowledge is not that great. I'm much more familiar with the No I Am Wrong More glitches, or the GSR glitches, as the vanilla category has been renamed.
Yeah. Also, RBA obviously banned under that since it comes under the heading of item manipulation. I am.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what is Cliff up to in here? Going for the song, I guess?
Perhaps. Also seeming to grab some blue fire.
Yeah, I imagine this must just be for Serenade, because there's not really any other reason for him to come here at this point. Since all the other goals are in this area are pretty much gone. So
And
I think
yet he's taking this path.
that is very confusing. Why on earth did he come in here? There's literally no reason for him to come to this room. This heart piece has already been done.
Just yeah, but I don't know. Maybe he's just working on that 9 hearts still. You know, I'm in here. I might as well grab the one that's in here. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. That heart piece feels so... Like, I know it's not the most far out of the way, but still. It's kind of out of the way.
X just making the Metagoron play.
Yeah,
Team Giant's Knife.
That's a square for him. All 3 swords, all 3 tunics.
Mm-hmm. Well, not all 3 swords. There's 4 swords. He's got 3.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. Cliff continuing to work his way towards Serenade. Exodus finding his mirror shield chest and swinging his sword at it. And then, of course, collecting the mirror shield because likes can't eat it. So it's nice to have that shield that you can't lose.
Yeah, for the 10 seconds or whatever it takes to pick it up, it's generally worth the bother. Also finds some fire temples, so he can grab himself a small key in here very quickly. Not quite as quickly as Cliff did it, since he's going to have to watch the Darunia cutscene here. Cliff did this as a child, and for whatever reason, Darunia just isn't here in child era. Don't know why. Cliff dispatching that scary Wolfos. Hardest boss in the game, of course.
Mm-hmm. Very difficult. Seen so many people take a death there. Now Cliff picking up his fancy footwear.
Yeah, not quite as fancy as the hover boots that Exodus is wearing, but still mildly handy to have. More important is the song here, which is Cliff's 5th song, I believe.
That sounds correct to me. I believe Exo got it Minuet earlier, and that's the only one that he has that Cliff hasn't found just yet. Cliff having quite a few others.
Yeah, Cliff knows where Minuet is. He's already got Saria's song, so he can grab that pretty much whenever. Same with Bolero. I think he's seen that. Deathman did Greatest several times by this point, so after those two, he only needs one more song. So Windmill or what else could he do? So any other songs left apart from that? I suppose he could go kill Phantom Ganon and get Prelude. That one's kind of slow
Exo
though.
paused, probably trying to figure out what to do, or possibly just taking a bathroom break. We are almost 2 hours into this run. And Exo back with us now. But as we as commentators can see his browser, because he has the bingo card up on his personal stream. Earlier when he was looking up tricks videos and whatnot, we were able to see that it didn't look like he was looking anything up right there during that time that he was paused, so not
yeah,
sure.
it's possible he was just looking at his own notes or like watching his VOD or something. But equally, he could have just been having a pee break. So Cliff after his 3rd unused small key, I believe, here now. Got Forest and Fire earlier, so there'll be 2 more left for him to grab after this for that middle goal.
Did he grab one on Child Spirit earlier?
Don't
or was that
think
Exo who went Child Spirit?
I think that was Exo, but I seem to recall he bailed out because he lost his shield.
Ah, could be. Sorry, my memory is hideous.
It's always tricky to keep track of this sort of stuff because it's not the sort of same thing you're used to keeping track of in this game. The bingo goals are just like all over the place. Yeah, I don't think either of them have a Spirit Temple key yet, as far as I know. I might be wrong about that though. The ideal one to grab, of course, would be Adult Side Spirit, since I can just use the Mirror Shield to grab it very quickly. But I don't think we've seen that side of Spirit Temple yet. Well, looks like Cliff missed a jump to...
correct. And that is an odd place to have Epona at.
Yeah, Epona just likes to turn up in random locations if you forget to dismount her.
That's an interesting one. How did you get a horse up there?
Cliff having to go after a slightly slower key here, since unfortunately he missed a jump over to Cracked Wall. Would have been the faster one to go for, instead he's going for Dragon Chest.
Why I prefer Bomb Chew strats. And Exo finding Mito's house, but not indulging us with grabbing his own green rupee.
Yeah, Lockout unfortunately means validation can only happen once.
Well, I mean, he could open it. It would be to no benefit to him, but it would be to great benefit to us as viewers. Sometimes you just gotta do things for chat. And now Cliff getting that key.
Right, 3 down, 2 to go. And Cliff also gets to watch this wonderful cutscene. Save warped into it as well, so he's got no choice in the matter.
Oh, one more song.
I don't think it is, because he's not got Forest Medallion.
I wasn't sure if that was a requirement in BQ or not.
Yeah, it still is, so he gets the cutscene here, but no reward, unfortunately, for it. X just grabbing himself a heart piece, so maybe he's starting to think about that 9 heart goal there.
Can't be about the timer right now, since, you know, Goron Tunic. Market leading to another part of Market.
Nice. Nexus has got himself a Pona inside London Ranch, so he's going to be able to go for Cowan House.
Cowan House! One of the dumbest goals that's just glorious.
The best goal, really. Let's be honest.
So dumb. It's great. Why do you need a cow in your house? Stop asking questions. This is Ocarina of Time. Oh, and Cliff finding one of the fairy fountains.
Yeah, that's magic meter for him. No fire at the moment, so not going to be able to open the 50 rupee chest just yet, but he does, I think, probably have a fair few fairy fountains left over after this to still check, so Din's fire might be out there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So in Beta Quest, the first fairy fountain you visit will always be magic. Since all the other 5 are locked behind having magic, the game just kind of does a bit of mercy on you to always make sure you find magic meter first, because otherwise it would be an absolute pain in the bum to get any of the fairy rewards. But after this, all the fairy fountains will be shuffled up to where they would be. I want to say normally, but that's not really the right word to use with Beta Quest, I suppose. So, yeah.
Traditionally? And Exo doing a round 2 with this this game.
Also hard.
Not getting his cow the first try.
In fairness to Malin, she's not just going to give a cow away to anyone. You need to be good.
Yeah, you need to be able to jump fences with a horse. That clearly demonstrates your ability to care for a cow.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, what better place to look after a cow than a treehouse? Perfect environment, I think you'll find.
Yeah. So, we have an hour left. Exodus is needing 3 more goals to seal a win. Cliff needing 7.
Yeah, so a lot of catch up for Cliff to do here. He does have a couple of goals that are maybe in sight. He's got reasonable progress towards the small key one. He can get 50 rupee chest most likely at some point once he gets fire magic. 5 skills in Shadow Temple he'll be able to do if you find Shadow Temple. He's not seen it yet, but he has all the items he needs to actually finish that goal. Same with...
he has found Forest, so he could deal with Amy.
Yeah, that's a possibility. He could go for that. It's a little bit of a slow goal, so I can understand he's not maybe going for that straight away. And is he going to be duping the heart pieces here? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay.
No.
It is possible to dupe that one heart piece over and over, which can make getting to the 9 hearts goal kind of easy. It's annoying to do and sort of slow, so...
Yeah, it's very tedious, but doable. Yeah, with the goals remaining on the board, none of them are particularly swift. Aside from the Stone of Agony goal, if you find it. But last I saw him go over the menu, Cliff had 9 skulls. I'm pretty sure he's gathered up a few since then, but I doubt he's at 20 just yet. I don't recall seeing Exo go onto his quest scene anytime recently.
Yeah, I was imagine Exos probably has fewer skulls at this point, so he's not really been going for any of the skulls for the goals. So I think if we do see Skull House, we're probably not going to see Stone of Agony go, unless maybe Cliff goes for Shadow Temple skulls, because that'll probably bring him within firing distance of that goal. Cliff wanting Death Warp here. This is going to take him a little while. Probably worth it though, since I think this was the beating Twin Rover Warp he just came down off of. Hopefully it's not the Requiem one, since he already has Requiem. Doesn't leave us anywhere useful, never mind.
Well, that took us to the beating, or no, that wasn't the beating Phantom Ganon spot, because there wasn't the little baby Deku tree there.
Yeah, I think that was just leaving Deku tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, chat, if you're just joining us, please pardon my unfamiliar. How Beta Quest. I am here to help and keep Din here company, because he's the one who knows much better what's going on. I am not near as well versed with the any percent glitches that the runners here are utilizing.
I'd say it's probably more 100% glitches they tend to be closer towards on this on Bingo. But on the other hand, Bingo is just its own beast, really. The stuff you do in Bingo you do in no other categories in this game, because it's just loads of weird convoluted stuff which in most routes you just never actually be in that situation and thus never need any of the glitches to do it.
So many odds and ends that can be utilized in such weird ways. Oh look, more of the escape.
Yeah, I think we've seen that one already. Oh yeah, that's bottom of the well.
Yep, there's the well.
Reunited with Epona yet again.
Not quite sure what Cliff's going for right now.
I think he just wants
Maybe
to
just
try
hoping
the...
to... Yeah, the exit at the end.
Yeah, just see where the door leads. Last words. Again, there's castles, so... there's a skull there, but... Yeah. I think Cliff was still missing one of the child era market skulls, so... Probably not worth bothering with that. Next, just finds his forest temple.
Yes. So is he just gonna grab the one key right here, or is he gonna head in and work towards getting the Amy goal?
Well, we'll find out, I guess. I wouldn't like to guess either way at this point.
Isn't that what we're supposed to do as commentators, though, is speculate? Well,
Yeah,
looks like
I
he's
suppose.
going in, so... Looks like he's headed towards the Amy goal, because he's headed in.
Right, I think he's going to have to use the Horus trick here in order to get to where the green Poe is, because otherwise he won't be able to keep a spare key.
So is Forest Temple programmed in... Or wait, never mind. I'm misremembering things. Never mind me. I'm grabbing that skull there for good luck. Cliff getting his Song of Storms.
Yeah, song number 6 now. So Minuet and Bolero, and that will be a square for him.
Another song and some additional load zones.
So I'm not sure what Exodus's plan is here. I mean, if it were me, I would just ledge clip. Oh, I suppose actually he needs to get a bow. I was thinking he just needs to get to the green Poe room, but of course he needs to be able to actually shoot an arrow at it as well. But he's going to have to grab the first 3 keys here. Get into where the bow is, and then after that he can probably just come back to this room and, or rather the other side of the courtyard, and go over there to get to green Poe.
Not the iron boots. Those will not help you make that jump.
Yep. We want floaty, not sinky for that.
I may not know much, but I do know that iron boots do not help you go further faster. Yes, if we are keeping our count correct, Cliff is now at 7 songs there.
Yeah, so all he needs to do is find Death Mountain Crater, and that should be the square done for him.
Get back to Death Mountain Crater, as it's been found a few times now.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're finding Dodongo's Cavern. Or pardon, King Dodongo's boss chamber. Gonna go fight him, get 1 more heart. That'll put us 1 away from the 9 heart goal. Maybe he will be kind and give us a peek at his quest menu so we can look at skill count and take a quick peek at those songs to make sure we've been keeping track of it correctly. And we'll see how many heart pieces he still has. How close he is to getting another from just collecting heart pieces.
Yeah, I reckon he must have at least 1 or 2 heart pieces at the moment. Not entirely sure though.
Yeah, there's usually an off number. Let King Dodongo down. As Exodus keeps on working his way through Forest Temple, in the room now that he will be getting a bow shortly. Just have to take down 3 Stalfos first.
Ooh, getting a little bit close on health there.
Yeah, Stalfos like to do that to you. Okay. Cliff up at 8 hearts now. We don't know how many heart pieces away from a 9th he is right now. He might know in his own head, and that's why he isn't showing it to us, but...
Yeah, he might just be hoping another boss room comes up and he can just zoom straight into 9 hearts from there.
Yep, and Exodus grabbing that bow.
Cliff gets his final song. Or what we think is his final song.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. And that 8th song.
Exodus getting the Forest Temple Compass for some reason.
Not entirely sure on that one either, but you know...
That's a
whatever.
bit of a peculiar pickup.
Also not quite sure why he's backtracking through here. Do you have to have beat the red Poe for the green to spawn? Am I just unaware of that?
No, I don't think so. Unless he's gone confused and think he needs to beat the purple Poe, Meg. Because that one only spawns if you beat the first 3. But that is not the goal.
Yeah, could be. Not sure.
Maybe you're confused about that,
or maybe
or...
he's hoping to open up the basement in the bottom. I'm not entirely sure.
You may just be doing this to get the small key, but it doesn't explain why he beat the blue Poe.
Yeah, not quite sure what the plan here is.
Yeah, if he's going to go through this the intended way, that means he has to use up all 5 of his keys here as well, so that is going to permanently lock him out of that center goal, the unused small key in each adult dungeon. It looks like that is what he's going for here.
That's silly. Use 3 key strats.
Oh, maybe he is, so I think he's going for a ledge clip here. You get out of bounds here, he should be able to jump down to checkerboard room.
Yep, and
Can't
Cliff picking up the heart piece down here.
Still not quite on 9 hearts, but... Oh no, there is his 9th heart. There you go.
Hey! Cliff getting the last 2 goals, shrinking Exo's lead.
Exo managing to get that ledge clip done, so on his way now to green podium. Small key left intact. Definitely not the way I would approach this dungeon. Ooh, and voiding out. That's unfortunate. Okay, it only brings him back to the beginning here. That's not too bad.
I thought that was another load zone. That was going to take him
It wouldn't have been
elsewhere.
Yeah, crush deaths aren't load zones, but I was kind of worried that might have taken him back up to the room he was just in, so he would have had to done the ledge clip
Well,
again.
I know you can find the random spawn into this part of Forest Temple, or at least I thought that was something that happened.
Don't think so. I'm pretty sure Forest Temple is just the main entrance you can get to. There's no other things, because you can't go back through Phantom Ganon's door.
I must be misremembering. That's a common enough occurrence.
There's always FW, of course, which will let you warp in from anywhere if you can find that item.
Mm-hmm. So, Exodus at 11 now, Cliff at 8. And again, for those who don't remember, the target here is 13 points. Because that is dominance of the board. Your opponent cannot get half the board at that point.
Yeah. And we've got 40 minutes to go now, so if there is no person to 13 on that point, whoever's in the lead will at the end will be the winner, which, yeah, so far is Exodus. If we can keep hold of the lead up until the end of the 3-hour time limit here, then he's in and sorted. Ooh, we finally see Adult Side Spirit. So Exodus able to pick up another small key here. Which will just leave Water Temple, I think, for him after this.
Well, there's also the open all 5 small key chests in Spirit goal.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, Spirit is one of those places that they're hoping to find.
Yeah, it's been so elusive for so long, actually, I completely forgot about that goal. But yeah, 5 small keys. Exodus does not have ZL though, so he can't actually do that goal. Yeah, Lullaby blocks one of the keys in the main room. If we can find Water Temple now, that will be another goal for him. After that, though, he's probably going to be a bit stuck, since he doesn't have Zelda's Lullaby, which means he can't get Shadow Temple Skulls, he cannot get the 50 rupee chest in Wasteland, he cannot get the 5 small keys in Spirit Temple, so the only 2 goals left open to him will be Stone of Agony and Market Area Skulls. Market Area Skulls will require him to go back in time, Stone of Agony needs him to find the Skull Seller house, which so far hasn't turned up at all, so he's going to be stuck at 12 at that point, and then basically just hoping Cliff can't catch up. And then Cliff will need to catch up a lot if he wants to surpass Exodus at that point, basically just having to clear out the rest of the board entirely. which, while possible, I don't think is likely in 40 minutes.
Yeah. So let's see what Cliff's getting here.
I didn't see the
What's
start of the
Fifth Fairy
cutscene there.
into?
I think this might be Din's, actually. No, it's Frostwind.
Ah.
Not what Cliff was hoping for there.
No, but still has a bit of utility.
A little bit, yeah. At this point, it's not really going to make a difference. And there is Exodus's final small key. So Exodus in the lead, 12 goals to 8. One more goal and Exodus can claim this as an outright victory. If not, then we just have to wait down the timer till we reach the full 3 hours and see what happens.
And there are 5 unclaimed goals left on the board. All 4 market area Skulltulas, which... Did EXO find the ones available as child?
I don't believe so, no. I'm not sure we've seen the pothouse at all yet.
Yeah, I don't think we saw that either. You've got Stone of Agony, which is possible if we find the Skull House, which we still haven't yet. All 5
Yeah.
Skulltulas in Shadow Temple, which is requires dealing with Shadow Temple.
Yeah.
Open all 5 small key chests in Spirit Temple, which looks to be what EXO's headed for right now. As well as open the 50 rupee chest in the Wasteland, which would fire some fire.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Exodus can get this. I thought you needed Zelda's Lullaby for this goal. I might be wrong.
I'm not sure.
My
vanilla knowledge is pretty rusty because it's been a while since I've played vanilla. I primarily play item randomizer myself.
I'm just trying to remember where the adult side keys are. There's one in this room, which Exodus has got, which unlocks the lower door. And yeah, I thought the upper door it was the statue hand chest.
Cliff seems to be having fun playing Sun Song wherever possible to get around quickly.
Yeah, just trying as many loading zones as you can at this point.
Yep. Trying to find one of those useful places.
And yeah, Exodus not going for that goal. Yeah, I'm fairly sure he can't get it without Ziel, because he'll be 1 key short at the end. The left out chest on the lower level is just a map chest, so he doesn't need to worry about opening that one.
That's the compass.
Compass, sorry, yeah. Oh, and Cliff finding this very, very long and boring cutscene, which I think he just save walked into, so now he has to sit and waste time here, which is really quite unfortunate for him. Not ideal when you're like 4 goals behind to have to waste 2 minutes in here.
Not the best. But nothing to be done about it right now. Looks like EXO's gonna clip into the ferry out here. And finding Zora's Fountain. And back into Trials.
Yeah, that's a trial you've seen already, I believe, as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to go grab a glass of water real quick. I'll be back in just a moment.
Sure. Yeah. EXO, back out on Hyrule Field. Cliff still stuck in that Ganondorf cutscene. And save warping out because no light arrows. As far as I know, those are still required for the Ganondorf fight. Exodus taking a death warp out here out in Hyrule Field. And Cliff back into that fight. And everybody loves that Ganondorf laughter. Exodus, finding Marinade by the look of it. I believe he does have the boomerang from earlier, so can likely do some funsies with glitches to make use of that. I could not begin to explain how any of that is done, but I know it's a thing that you can do, although it looks like he's choosing not to. Oh, and Cliff finding the ZL cutscene again. So now we know where that is for EXO if he goes to find it. It is out of the roof above the jail in Gerudo Fortress.
What did we find?
Oh, Cliff just went back through the load zone to trigger the ZL cutscene. So was just commenting about where that was for if EXO finds himself there.
Fair enough. Yeah, Zero would actually be worth it for Exodus at this point, since there's pretty much nothing else he can do about it, apart from maybe go back in time.
Yeah, they both are just transitioning load zone to load zone to load zone best they can to try and find those last few useful places.
Yeah, so for Cliff right now, Din's Flyer to get that wasteland chest, ideally. Obviously, they both would be quite happy to see Skulls to the house if that turns up. The market area Skulls, maybe, but I mean, at this point, that goal's a little bit of a lost cause. And in Cliff's case, Shadow Temple would be good, although that is a long goal to go for if he does find that temple. Getting all 5 skulls in there is a bit of a slog.
Oh, and getting a peek at EXO's skull count, he is only at 12, so even if you were to find the Skulltula house, he can't turn it in for stone just yet.
Yeah, there's still a bit of work to do on that front. I imagine it wouldn't take him huge amounts of time to farm up 8 skulls. If he did find skulls to the house, he could just quickly go around and round someone them up. Yeah, there's no point obviously in preemptively doing that unless he actually does find the place he can hand it in. Oh, look, his Baronade.
Yeah, Exodus was just there a minute ago.
Oh dear.
Oh, and next is finding his own.
Yeah, that
and
was
deciding, nope, no thanks. Don't
not
want.
worth using up your bombs for. Oh, then he's back in it. Wow.
Yeah.
There's really no escaping this cutscene, is there?
Nope. You're gonna sit here and watch it, and you're gonna like it.
Pretty much. Well, at least both of them have been called out by this now, so it's kind of fair.
Yep.
Cliff giving us the grand tour of Hyrule Field there.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to step away for just a moment. I will be back shortly.
No worries. Oh, and there's Skulls to the House. That's okay, so that's just walking down from Death Mountain Trail. That's actually a pretty easy find. So Cliff knows where that is now, so if he can round up enough Skulls for the tokens, he'll be able to get his Stone of Agony goal. Gets him one square closer to the end here, but still a ways off. Cliff has definitely got his work cut out. He wants to get back in the lead at this point. Pretty much just has to get every goal on the board. Because, simply bringing out to a tie would not be sufficient, since Exodus would have got to the tie first. He'd still technically be in the lead. So yeah, if he can get Stone of Agony, that's good, but he's also going to need to find Shadow Temple. He's also going to need to find Dense Fire. He's going to need to find those market area skulls. And Spirit Temple adult side, which he's still not found. Although he could go in from Charles, I suppose, and get all the keys that way. That would probably be an option. Yeah, because he doesn't have to worry about unused keys at this point. Yeah, doing all of that in 25 minutes, though, bit tricky, I would say. Still soldering on though, so I'm sure Cliff will want to try and make this as close a race as possible, regardless of whatever the outcome might be. I imagine there's probably still a couple of loading zones out in the world we've not tried yet. Ah, there's Adult Spirit. So yeah, as memory serves, we're still missing at least one market area skull to the zone. Namely the pot house. I don't think we've seen that. Getting beaten up a little bit there by the Iron Knuckle. Hopefully Cliff's going to be alright here. Yeah, I think he's fine. So 5 small key chests, not the quickest goal in the world to get. It's not too bad overall. Main thing is dealing with the child side ones, which will require him to kind of clip out of bounds. Because one of the keys is on the lower child side, which normally as an adult you're not supposed to be able to get to. But there is one of them. We've also got to do the sunblock puzzle room, which is never a particularly fun time, especially when you don't have any fire magic. Cliff definitely would have done a lot better to see if he found in Swire earlier. It is unfortunate for him that the Fairy Fountain didn't pay off. Next, just going for a Death Warp here by the look of it in Temple of Time. Guessing he's not seen where the loading zone, or the reverse of the loading zone, takes him yet. Do you believe we saw this earlier on Cliffside? He just sunsonged this one, and it wasn't anything particularly useful as far as I recall. I'm not sure what Cliff is doing there. Could have gone straight over and got that CL thing there, but decided to do child side instead. Sunblock Rim, everyone's favourite. Cliff is giving up on that apparently. Okay, well we got one key at least. Not sure bailing out on that's the best strategy at this point. Okay, Cliff coming in through the front entrance of Spirit Temple. This makes sense. Well, this sort of makes sense. He probably should have still grabbed that small key in Sunblock Room, but... Oh, actually, he doesn't. He couldn't have done, could he? Because he doesn't have... Yeah, he doesn't have magic. Doesn't have any fire magic. And I suspect what he was thinking is that he could beat that rim by using Deku Stick, but that is actually not allowed in this category. Cliff is playing on VC, so that trick does work on his version of the game, but because it's a version of specific glitch, it's not allowed within the race. So in order to get that small key in the Silver Lot room, Cliff needs to have fire magic, or he needs to come back as a child.
I am back.
Oh, welcome back. So yeah, that's a little bit
like,
of a... Go on.
I was gonna say, looks like Cliff is working on the small keys in Spirit Goal.
Yeah, and I'm kind of realising he's got a bit of a dilemma here, because I don't think he can get the final key since he doesn't have a way of clearing Sunblock Rim as an adult. So he's either going to have to come back to this 10th dungeon as a child, or he's going to have to try and find Din's Fire. Because yeah, I'm 90% certain that that chest is a small key. And in order to get to it, you need to light the 3 torches. Cliff does not have a bow. He cannot use Deku Sticks since that glitch is banned in this tournament. So he has pretty much no choice but to do it the vanilla way.
And what does Exo seem to be doing right now? Is he just still hunting for...
Yeah,
What?
just
What's he
exploring,
even
I
looking
think.
for right now? I'm wondering.
Not really sure, to be honest. He did get one of the market skulls, the one in Ganon's castle area. That is the only progress he's made, like in the last 10-15 minutes or whatever. We did also see Skulltular House earlier as well. Cliff found that at the bottom of the cliff, ironically enough, in Death Mountain Trail. Not enough skulls to actually turn in for Stone of Agony yet, though.
Ah. Yeah, well, that wasn't the most helpful.
Yeah, I think we've seen pretty much everything in CAC now at this point.
And Cliff setting up to Death Warp.
Both of them death warping by the look of it. Almost
Yeah.
synchronized.
Very close. And Cliff grabbing another skull. One step closer to stone.
Yeah. Nearing the paperweight. I think he's still got a few more he needs to grab, though.
Have we seen Exo's skull count recently? Do we know where he's at? If he's anywhere near it, if he stumbles on it?
I've not seen it recently, no. He has not really been collecting any skulls, though, so he's grabbing this one. But yeah, I think he's probably like roughly like 12, 13 maybe.
I can see it's something that starts with a 1. Last I saw it had been 12, I believe, so he's probably at minimum 13 now from that one he just grabbed.
Yeah. Right, well, 15 minutes left now. I think the race is pretty much for foregone conclusion at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Cliff is not very likely to be able to complete all 5 goals left on the board within 15 minutes. I think the Shadow Temple sculptors alone would take him that long, and he's not even found Shadow Temple yet. So yeah, Exodus most likely going to be advancing through the tournament here. Cliff will be knocked out since this is a single elimination bracket.
Yeah, gonna take a quick glance to see what that bracket looks like.
So yeah, it looks like Exodus is going to be up against Amaterasu next. Oh, Amaterasu. I always pronounce that name wrong. Amaterasu,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, not the Japanese sun goddess. Amaterasu. different person there. Yes, Ama was in chat earlier, scoping out the potential opposition. Yes, the winner of this, who currently certainly appears to be EXO, will be headed to the semifinals to go up against Ama.
Yeah, it's getting close to the end of this tournament now. We've still got we've got the other semi-final already lined up. That's going to be Sanzo versus Beniro. I don't believe they've scheduled that in yet, but I'm sure they will be gently prodded
They were just
by
talking
Manu.
about that earlier. They have decided a time. They hadn't submitted it.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, I see now.
If the tentative time is what ends up getting submitted and formalized, they will be racing on Wednesday. Thank you, Stay Hydrated Bot, for letting us know that we need to stay hydrated.
This token is not on Cliff's side here, it looks like. There we go. The trial and error approach there to getting that one. There's another one at the top of the mountain, which I guess is going to apply the same winning strategy to.
Mm-hmm. I believe that one's a little easier. And Exodus finally finding his ZL cutscene.
Oh, nice. With 11 minutes to go. I'm not sure they'll be able to get a goal out of this at this point, so it's most likely going to come down to the 3-hour time up, but there you go. At least he gets to watch a nice cutscene. Good way to finish.
Yep, unskippable cutscenes. Everybody's favorite.
Just sit back, relax, and mash A for a minute or two. Yeah, there's a lot of cutscenes like this where you can come in and do it as adult Link when you're supposed to be child. It tends to lead to some very strange and slightly awkward looking cutscenes. Probably the worst example being the ones in Jabba Jabba.
So, will EXO head back to Spirit to try and seal that goal?
Maybe.
Or something else?
I think Spirit is his most safe option at this point, since he's got no guarantee of finding Dins. He could do Shadow Temple, but I think Spirit's probably a little bit quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Although EXO is going to have this.
Already partially completed as well.
EXO's kind of going to have the same problem and not being able to do the sunblock room. He does have a bow, and I believe there is a trick where you can just do that with shooting arrows, but it's really finicky to set up. Yeah.
Not
I mean,
that bad. Not as crazy as other tricks they've done today.
Yeah, fair play. Well, if X just knows how to do that, then yeah, I imagine Spirit's going to be his next option. If not, then maybe Shadow Temple. Might be a bit tricky to get all of those 5 skulls done in the 8 minutes remaining now, but he can give it a go.
I'm reasonably sure he's knowledgeable at how to do that with just a bow.
Yeah, I recall seeing that done, but I don't remember how he actually set it up.
You just move the block over. It
Fair
really is
enough.
just a matter of moving one of the sun blocks to the right spot and lining up your shots correctly.
Shouldn't be too bad then.
No.
We'll see what Exodus
it's
display is.
fuzzy, but it's not crazy.
He's going for fairy fountains.
Okay, well, maybe he wants dins.
Maybe. Don't imagine he's going to find it, but you never know, he might get lucky. Getting magic here first, of course.
Maybe he just wants to stare at a beautiful lady for a cutscene.
Just getting all the girls. First Zelda, now the Great Fairy. Probably going to go off and hang out with Malon after this.
And Cliff saying, it's never too late for exploration. And playing Sunsong.
Can never have too much Sunsong in your Beta Quest Siege.
So now we're just hoping to get back to the Spirit Temple, and looks like Exo knew the path to get to another fairy fountain, so assuming he's hoping that this one's Din's, I suspect that this is the Furor's fountain that Cliff showed us earlier. It being one of the easy ones to get to.
Yeah, I think this is FW again. Oh no, this is Din's. Oh.
Hey!
Alright, can Exodus get to the Wasteland chest in the next 4.5 minutes?
Yep, Amma was just talking about how you were lurking in here earlier, scoping out the opposition.
Good to get a gauge on your opponents. Exodus has done pretty well in this seed, I'd say. Had a bit of a slow start, but has definitely had a good mid-game. Set up for a lot of the goals on here. I think Exodus could, if he wanted to and had enough time, pretty much get all the remaining goals on this board as well. The only one I think he may still be missing a loading zone for his market area skulls. Oh, and Stone of Agony, because he hasn't seen where the Skulls of the House is yet. Yeah, he knows where Spirit Temple is. He's got ZL now. He knows where Wasteland is, I presume. And of course, he knows where Shadow Temple is. He's been there already.
I don't recall ever seeing Wasteland on either
Hmm.
entry to it. I don't recall us stumbling across that.
It might be right. I'm not sure. I thought we've seen it, but I don't know. We've seen like Desert Colossus like 500 billion times now, so I might just be because of that. I might just be thinking, oh, we
And
must have seen
Fortress as
Wasteland.
well.
Yeah.
Hey, Dick babies.
Kind of a shame we didn't get any Mask Quest stuff in Beta Quest anymore. I always quite like those goals. Not to play, obviously, but you know, to watch.
It's just so easy to get to stumble across the ZL cutscene and get Zelda's letter before getting your weird egg, and that can just break some of the early stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely not the ideal thing to have in Beta Quest, really.
Yeah, if you aren't thinking about it and you grab your weird egg after that, rip masks. Which, granted, folks making it to the quarterfinals in this Beta Quest tourney aren't very likely to do those kinds of dumbs, but not having things that you can soft lock yourself out of on the board.
Yeah, these.
I'm assuming that there was some consideration for that sort of thing when making the boards.
Yeah, I imagine that certainly went into it. It's only the fact that you can lock yourself out of that without actually performing any glitches, I think is the main thing. There's plenty of goals you can lock yourself out of just by doing weird glitches that just break your game enough that you can never get those items or whatever it is. But yeah, normally you wouldn't be silly enough to like go out of your way to do that. But Zelda's Letter, on the other hand, you don't need to go out of your way to finish. You just yeah, you just end up grabbing it, and then if you get in the wrong order, you're a bit stuffed. And Exodus has got himself Wasteland, so here's a chest. And that is his 13th goal, so that is time for Exodus.
Jeez, lads.
GG, 38 seconds to go on the timer. Exodus finally gets that final goal. Alright. We're going to bring them both in for a quick interview. Just bear with us 1 second.
And we've got Exodus here with us.
Hello.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
GG's. So we've got Amarasu here in chat, just been scoping out. It's going to be our next opponent, of course. How do you feel about going up against that?
That'll be hard. He's obviously one of the best Beta Quest players, if not the best. So, yeah, it'll be a fun match, I think. But yeah, it'll be hard for sure.
Well, you've definitely done pretty well for yourself on this match. It's been a pretty good seed, I'd say.
Yeah, it took me forever to find ZL, but other than that, I found almost everything. I didn't find the Skulltula House or one of the market skulls, but yeah, that was pretty much it other than ZL. So yeah, it went pretty well for me.
Yeah, I think that was Pothouse Skull, right? I don't think we ever saw that one.
I saw that one. I don't think I ever saw the grotto one.
Oh, okay. Someone did see Grosso one. That must have been Cliff got that. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
because he
maybe.
didn't have Boomerang. I remember now. Yeah.
Yep.
We got Cliff here. Let me just drag him in real quick. There we go. So yeah, we did have Skulls to the House as well. Cliff found that quite late on, but it was going down from Death Mountain Trail towards Kakariko. So yeah, a little bit late,
Okay.
and Cliff didn't quite get enough Skulls to turn that in, unfortunately. Yeah, he was kind of close. Yeah, I think apart from that one Market Skull, like all the others were like beatable. Like certainly we know where Spirit and Shadow were, so those two would have been doable given enough time, I think.
Yeah.
Chat can't see because he's muted in Discord right now, but Cliff has joined us in the call.
Yeah. I think he's probably sorting out his mic or something. Or maybe he's just forgotten to unmute itself.
Looks like he just left, so we'll pull him back in a moment.
We have ways of making him talk. He's having a bit of audio trouble apparently, so possibly not getting an interview with him, but maybe he can fix it. But yeah, Exodus, were you worried about that seed at any point? Did you kind of feel like Cliff might catch up with you, or were you feeling relatively confident?
Yeah, I mean, he got some pretty fast goals at the beginning, and I didn't even know he got them because I disconnected for a few minutes. But thankfully, when I marked my Skulltulas and Walnut Ranch, I realized it wasn't marking, so I had to refresh. And I saw they had already gotten the beans and the deck nuts. So yeah, the beginning was pretty close, like just because he had like 4 goals and I had like 2 for a while, and yeah, it was a exciting beginning, I think, for sure. Because there weren't this goal. I mean, I think this card was actually pretty hard. There were a lot of really long and complicated goals, like Spirit Keys. I had never done that goal on Beta Quest before, and it's not a bingo goal, so I had to actually think about that one, like what you needed for it, and I forgot that you had to have the magic and the dins if you were doing it as adult to get that one key. So I didn't get that first key as child, so I couldn't do that goal until I found ZL.
Yeah, because you went
There
into
is
the
a strat for
sunblock
doing
room.
that just with bow, but yeah, it seemed that wasn't something you were familiar with.
The first key, there's not, I'm pretty sure. It's just bow.
What, the one on child side, you mean?
Yeah, the lower one on child side. You can't shoot through a torch to get to that one. You have to have either fire arrows or Din's fire to do it as
Right,
adult.
yeah, to get the torches. Because there is a lit torch in that room, isn't there, on the other side?
Yeah, you cannot shoot through it though, because there's a fence in the way.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's just right in the corner, isn't it? Yeah, that makes sense.
Because we've been talking about the sunblock room, the child sunblock, the push block room a bunch, and how there's a strat for that one.
Yeah, Cliff was actually in that room and then had to abandon it because I think he came to the same realization you did that he couldn't do it without fire magic. And he didn't have the bow at that point anyway either, so he couldn't have tried the other strats. And of course, Stick on B is banned, so
yeah,
no use of that either. Yeah, this card definitely made you kind of... Yeah, I mean, you had to do quite a bit of forward planning, especially with stuff like 9 hearts, 8 songs on the board.
Yeah, there was just some hard goals. 8 songs is pretty hard goal in Beta Quest. 9 hearts takes a long time and it takes longer to die. Count House is pretty complicated because you have to find a way. You either need to get opponents as child, which is slow, or you find a way from the field to the ranch without entering an area that opponent can normally be in, because then you can get locked out of going through certain loading zones. So that goal can be pretty hard, and yeah, of course the Wasteland chest is pretty hard, and the Shadows goals is really long. Like there were some fast goals on this card, but other than that, there weren't. There were also a lot of really hard goals, I think, compared to normal.
Yeah, certainly a lot of time-consuming goals. I mean, yeah, we had one to do like pretty much everything in Shadow, one to go through like 3/4 of Forest Temple and Spirit Temple. Yeah, it's just a lot of places you just had to go and just do a ton of stuff in.
Yeah.
But still got to those 13 points.
Yeah.
Very
barely.
close, but still under that 3-hour time limit.
Yeah, 38 seconds to go.
Yeah, I happened to get Dins on the first fairy fountain I checked. That was pretty lucky.
Yeah, definitely very convenient. Cliff, I think, checked. Well, I think he only checked 2 fairy fountains in the end, but yeah, he got FW out of it, unfortunately, so couldn't go after any of the magic stuff. Well,
So how are you feeling headed into the semifinal?
I'm feeling good. It will be a hard match against Amma, but yeah, I think it'll be close. I think we're pretty even in skill, so yeah, I think it'll be a really close match. Should be fun. And yeah, I'm pretty happy I got to semifinals.
it's a pretty decent achievement, I'll say.
Yeah, top 4.
Yep.
Well, best of luck with that match. Hopefully we can catch it here on ZSR at some point. I'll certainly commentate it if I'm available.
Yeah, thanks for commentating.
Yeah, it's always good fun doing these matches. I enjoy watching this tournament. So you learn quite a lot watching any sort of OoT bingo and Beta Quest. I think in particular, there's just so many like weird stuff you end up doing in this game. It's really good fun.
Yeah, I
Yep,
love all the
and-
weird tricks you get to do in Beta Quest. It's really cool.
Yeah, I will give my final G and out of here. I've got work in 10 minutes. I still have to finish getting ready. So, congrats on the win. Good luck with your upcoming match. Thanks, Din, for putting up with me and my badness being around here. And I'll catch y'all later.
Thanks.
You're very welcome, Loss. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, well, that's it from us on ZSR2. We're going to go over and host Zelda Speedruns, their main channel, where they're doing the Link to the Past randomizer tournament at the moment. That is nearing the end now, I believe, by the look of it, but just catch the end of that and see how things are going, I guess. So say hi to them, and yeah, cheers everyone for watching, as per usual. And yeah, make sure you tune in for more Beta Quest. We've still got a few more matches to go, and they should be pretty awesome ones. Bye for now.